Alrighty, Doctor from North America. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. It is TGIM. Thank goodness it's Monday. Where are we at? Let's see. I'm seeing the euro going down. Seeing gold moving up. But what's curious, everybody was saying stuff like, gold ripping through all-time highs, and it's down for the day. So it has everybody really confused, I'm sure. Had us confused for a little bit there for the algorithm. Silver was staying in the buy, but we're 2 weeks in the buy now. Let's see if we have it up on the screen here. Where is Mr. Gold? Gold, 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 right there. So we've been in that long daily buy. You can see all that. And then we went into that weekly sell, and I was concerned that something big was coming. Because it went into a weekly sell there, but by the end of that week, it made it into the buy, but we didn't know that until literally after Monday. Because this thing is, for some reason, updating a day behind on this one. I'm not sure why. We'll have to see what's going on with the code there. But in the end result, it jumped back into the buy. Last week, made it very clear that it wasn't going to be 2 weeks in a sell. You can see here, you had some of this sideways pressure, really trying to press it down, and then it jumped back in the buy here on a weekly, and daily's been in a buy. It refused to be short, that's for sure. So there's that wild strength, and now to this morning, let's see, where are they at? Are they down or up? Yeah, it could be down. Let's see. Let's go over and take a look at it real quick. And then we'll zip back to the dollar index. Because the dollar and everything else, that's why we're probably seeing a strong dollar. Well, actually, that doesn't make a lot of sense, does it? Usually when gold does go one way, dollar goes the other. But you can see here they spiked it up to $21.50, and it's trading at $64 cheaper now, and down from Friday. So pressing it down. We're not getting into that sell. It's still got. Oh, you can't see that. Let me show you too. There you go. And so you can see that pressure there. And let's get the chat line up. I'm not doing the chat line yet. Let's get that chat line going. So the action we've seen in the dollar, which is lower rates, interest rates, and a major anticipation. Oh, there we go. We got Benny. Benny, where you been? There's the Benny. Benny and the Jets. Took a break from trading. It got very stressful blowing accounts. I know. Yeah, I imagine so. You really want to trade options against your spot. Intraday trading is really the only thing you want to do with the spot. Trade intraday, or basically have your spot connected to like bear spreads, or binary bear spreads or binary call spreads, and it makes it a lot easier, makes your life easier. You don't blow up counts, that type of thing. So Benny and the Jets. Where you been, Ben? Where you been? First sip of the coffee. Yum, 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 yum. So the gold, everything, is just kind of dancing in many different directions. Matter of fact, while we're here, let's do that too. There is the 30-year bond. And what is that? Is that last night? Let's fix that. Friday, they pumped that thing at the end. Let's see. That's why we're building the beta platform. So we got these issues where they depending on the time of day you look at a chart, you've got to. Now, see, that was how Friday closed out. See if you can see that. Yep, there it is. So you see that right there. You see the Friday 30-year bond made another dot. We talked about this last couple of weeks where it was going to go to the 118, 19, like 118.20, something like that, 118 or 119. And there it is. We've done it, which made sense. I would think it would hang out around here now, using a range between 119 and 114. Something like that. I could see them sitting around in that range, since the bond traders are kind of perplexed to this whole story to begin with. And then again, there's that gold. And let's go find the dollar index because of the bond. Oh, I know what you want to do. Let me go back for a second. Let me go and put the bond back on and get today's quote. That's what I missed. Today's quote. Do do do. Not there. That's the intraday of the S&P 500. Right there. Right there and right there. And now let's put 24-hour in like that. What battles we have to do with this stuff? Choose the parameters, not the parameters as much as just the where it's drawing from. You know, electronic exchange slash trading crowd, which there really isn't any. You know, just try to bring it to 5 days. Oh my God, there's too many to it. Too much. That's why we're building the beta at this point. So you can see here, just a little dip down, and that's what we're expecting because we were expecting to see this thing try to climb to over the 118s, and it did that nicely. And now we'll probably kind of dance around in here, kind of see if we tighten this up, see if we get some reference points. Probably this area. I'd be really surprised beyond 122, but it's possible. At least into the 121 area maybe. But we're in a weekly buy. I think they're going to try to take it slower as the days and weeks go on now to the end of the year, and then from there. And this line here, this little dotted line, is the 50-day moving average, and bond traders like to watch that. And that's interesting. And you can see here the weekly is trying to dip a little bit right there. So there's Benny. Yeah, I had to take a break from it, but I'm back now. Took some courses and just stayed. Good. Wait till I thought I'm ready. Good. Now why don't you paper trade for a while? Gold's made a crazy more move last night. Yeah, I know. Ripped to the moon and then back down again. What are we looking at now, Doc? Well, we do the same rhythm. We go through, we look at the dollar index. We look at the currency pairs. I guess we look at 8 different currency pairs, but we can always look at anything you want to look at. And then we jump over to the South African Rand. From the South African Rand, we go to the gold and silver and copper and platinum. And then we go to the Canadian. We take a look at oil and natural gas and what are the energy companies down in Spain. And then from there, we look at the stock indices and the cryptos. Boy, the crypto's been on fire too. Let's show you what's going on now. On our beta platform, the crypto is beautiful. Robin, if you're hearing this, that's what you want to recommend them to go to our beta platform, because here is the cash right there. And you can see we've been in a buy there for 9 full weeks, all the way in the 26,000 area. Right down here, we went into the weekly buy right in here, right there. And what's that? That's 26,000, 27,000. Went into the weekly buy there on the cryptos, and been in a weekly buy ever since. We've gone in and out a few times, but this last move, we've been in a weekly buy from the was that the 17th or the 27th? That's the 27th. Let's emphasize it. Just make it a little bit bigger. Yeah. So since the 28th. So we've been in a weekly buy since the 30. I'm sorry, the daily buy since this area here, the 36. No, 28 right there. So from what is that? Like that. That is the 38,000. That's the daily. We've been in the daily buy there on this last move, and now we're trading. I don't know, what are they trading today? We're trading today on the cash 41,500. So our work has been pretty happy with this thing. Every time it goes into a buy, it has made money, and on the daily basis, it's had a good little pop, and then this time it really rode it hard, and so it's nice. Can't complain there. Let's go like that. Coffee time. There we are. So you can see it has been happy. It has not been complaining. Okay. So where do we go from here? Let's see. Oh, you're not seeing that. You know what? You didn't see that. I got to go back there and show it to you. I didn't change the page, so that's good. Right there. That is the Bitcoin, the cash contract itself, and not the futures. And so it's been, went into the daily buy right there and caught that nice move. We've been in a weekly buy all the way through most of this action, all 9 weeks. It's at 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 weeks in a weekly buy. So we're watching it all. Same old, different day. We go through our rhythm. And so from there, let's go back over to dollar. We haven't even looked at the dollar index with all this action going on with gold and the interest rates and so forth. Let's get the dollar index in there. Where are you, dollar index? Right there. There's the dollar index. So you can see there, it went into the buy 3 days ago. It's still in a weekly sell. Not pushing down at all. It's been in a weekly sell since the 106, 107 area. Let's put it up over here. Right there. Let's see. And right there, there's the dollar index. You see it on J4X. You can see it's been bouncing for 3 days also. You see the lines there. You see the fast is at 70. And the slow is at 54. So it's a good percentage up. Still pushing up. You can see the dollar index itself is trying to bottom in here. There's Mountain West bottom on that day right there on the sell. And it's trying. It's done a little testing and come up. It's there now, hanging out there. Looks like it's. See how long it lasts. I don't know if there's going to be a lot of staying power there. But we know one thing for sure, and that is that the interest rates are going to go sideways to a great extent or down, and that's what's really got everything powering up. Yeah, that does. It has everybody. I saw, was one of the headlines this morning was something like market tests Powell. I think that's what it was. Market testing Powell. Sip my coffee again. So whatever Powell said, the market's not paying attention to it. In other words, they're saying no. I don't know. I think, they try to make the stock market go up during election years. Okay, so no matter how tough Powell talks, the market doesn't accept it. They know that money is going to chase after it. That's what they know. They know money is going to chase after it. And at this point, Mr. Biden is so disliked, and Mr. Trump, his policies are so much loved that there is a constant battle going on between both of those areas at this point. It is louder and louder and louder. And then Governor Newsom, who looked like who could replace Mr. Biden, was in a debate last Thursday, I think it was, or Wednesday or Thursday, and against Governor DeSantis of Florida. So it was a red state debate against a blue state, and Newsom is like the golden boy. He looks really charming, the blonde hair, his surfer dude from California, and what do you get? He looked like he was just very nasty. He could have placated, the center, and been like, like the old Democrats, pretended, but he didn't. He was just defending Biden and pretending that nothing is wrong. So Surfer Dude is not going to be the replacement, that's for sure. And for all the talk of the Democrat Party, they keep on finding white men. So I don't get that. So anyhow, why don't they go get a transgender or something like that Secretary of Health? Run him for president, run her for president. Do something that they always talk about that's good, that they believe in. Let the nation see them in full color. So, let's see. Benny says, what's new with GBPAUD? Well, I'm curious myself. So let's go there and see. Okay. GBPAUD. Nope, that didn't work. Let's try this one. Okay. Okay. GBPAUD. And Benny, you got to think paper trade. Paper trade to you. Paper trade to you. Let's see, is it there? Are they still trading that? No, that's April at this point. So nope, we can put it in there because they've given up giving us ruble. So we'll go with paper trade. You need the paper trade. Did I mention that? Do you need the paper trade? Okay, GBP AUD right there at the top of the list. And let's do that one. GBP AUD. There we are. The weekly. So the weekly. This is always fun. Wow, look at the algorithm, how tight it is. Let's widen that thing out. Right there. No, that's the wrong way. There we go. Wait till you see how much this expands. It'll be. Remember, I've designed this for atomic theory, so it kind of measures very small increments. There we are. Let's move it up one more time, like that. There we are. So now you should be able to get a flavor of it. And I think I'm going to make it a little bit tighter too. Let's make it thicker. Make that thick. Make that thick. Make that thick. Make that thick. And that's invisible, so it doesn't matter. There we are. And let's do that weekly too, the same way. Let's make that a little bit thickerish. And more thickerish. And more thickerish. All right, so you can see the daily. Let's see, daily went into a cell here and stayed in the cell until, where's the dots at? Let's get the dots on there too. Format indicator. Add Dotteroni. Do. Dot. There it is. And okay. And down. Okay. Right there. All right. Now let's widen that out a little bit. See what's going on. There we are. So you should have a good picture there. Yeah, paper trade. Yeah, we can discuss that. We can follow along with you. Try to look at your trades. Make sure you're not blowing a gasket, that type of thing. You can see here back in the daily sell off of this one right there, and a weekly sell here we went into the weekly sell. Let's put that line in there. There's a weekly sell right there. Make that pink. Make that solid. Bingo, bango, bongo. There's our weekly buy right there. Right there. Let's double check that. And the number is. Yep, that's the daily buy. Okay. All right, let's put that in there like so. And that's the greenie. And then the last one was kind of sloppy too, but it was in a cell from here. Into the cell right up in here. See where? Let's put a line in there so you can see it. Right there. You see cell, so it's pink again, like so. There we are. Now let's do a little saving here. Since you're back, Benny is back, so we gotta save this stuff. All right, now we went into the cell there, maybe? I think it's the next one. Not there. There. Went into the cell off of that. It was a little sloppy. I kind of remember it being more accurate. Things have gotten a little odd, haven't they? And that was in a cell all the way to, I guess, why isn't the red dot there? Could be all the way up to here. And then we go into a green. There's a buy there for sure. You see that. So let's throw a line in there. And then we're back into a cell again now. And there's a nice, we're in the buy here. Here was a good winner chicken dinner. Right there. Okay, there we are. And let's put this cell in right there. It just had gone into a weekly buy. So you go into a weekly buy and it tells you can't be short. I mean, you can't be long. So, and it falls. It falls all the way down to here. So this protected you. You're in a neutral. You know what, Benny? Also, that's another thing. You got to get comfortable with the idea that you can be long, you can be neutral, or short. You have the three positions. That's why we use options. And if you're going to be trading something like, GBP AUD, the options are very thin in there, if there's any at all. So that makes it even tougher. Now, if you're going to trade something like, gold or S&Ps or silver or any the bigger products, then you can start to learn how to marry options to them. But one day at a time, Benny. It doesn't all happen. You seem to be very clear-minded at the moment. So that's a good thing. It says that's why I'm going to be doing it now. And yeah, I do appreciate that. TBH. TBH? Okay. That sounds cool. What's TBH? Is it TBH? Thanks. I don't know. Whatever TBH is, it sounds cool to me. Now I remember we follow this product and it was so much more accurate, wasn't it? It was smoother. Like look at that one. Going to the cell here, the daily cell was there, and it had a nice ride down, And then we did there's the buy. It seems a little bumpy at times. Like it gets that buy and then goes right back into a sell. And it was in a sell, so you don't take the buy to begin with, but you can take that short, which gives you a nice little overnight win. Like that. So that's the neutral spot. Like you're neutral. You're not long or short here. You're neutral because of that. Because you're in a weekly sell from this action here. So when you get a buy signal, you just know not to be short. Then you go back into the short right here, and you're with the weekly, then you can be short. And short gives you some do-re-mi right overnight. Then there's a buy there again. You can see the fast algo lifting up and climbing through the zero line. The slow takes a while for it to do it. And you can see there's not a lot of love for that action, really. In other words, you get that buy right there. What are we doing there? And then we got the sell right there. That puts you back into the sell and makes just a very small win, and then it gets back into the buy again there. And depending on your discipline, it's now let's put the greens and so forth in. I remember this thing trending better. I guess the craziness of interest rates have them all freaked. Am I right? Didn't we see this thing trending a lot better when you followed it last time? Wow, right on the daily buy and the weekly buy together. Bang, bang, bang. And that was a nice little win too, but it's very short-lived. This thing hasn't been very follow-through-ish, has it? To be honest. Cool. Cool. Oh, that's cool. I appreciate that. Yeah, I could have sworn this thing was more accurate, wasn't it? It was much more trending. And you can see here, going back, I guess, what, like 3 or 4 months? Is there some, like, look at that long buy. We went into the buy here with that daily buy right there. And we get into the weekly buy, like, right there. And you can see it's got a better trend to it. A little profit taking there, but definitely a better trend. And then you get a buy again there. Look at that. 5 days of a good trend. And then where's the next one? This one's poor. You know, you get a higher high the next day. You could get out of it with a good stop. You don't lose money, that's for sure. You won't make much, but that's the whole idea. And then this one, you know, it gets back into the buy right here. And it's a nice winner also. So I guess like months back, this thing, like half a year back, it trended much better. You can see that. Interesting. Now it's very choppy. But, you know, we've seen a lot of choppy action, you know, because we're coming to the end of the year right now. And you got all this accounting stuff to be, going on. So, all right. All right. It seems like we got a plan, Benny. Looks like we're going to, get involved. Get involved. Also, since then, did we have the beta, or we were just talking about the beta, our beta platform right here? Let's put it up on the screen again. Right there. There's the beta platform. Has this, same the weekly gig, the middle bar gig, with the algorithms. We're talking about getting in. We're aiming towards getting intraday, like a 15-minute, a 5-minute, a 15-minute, and 30-minute with our work on it, things like that. We're working towards that. So there we go. All right. Now you're welcome to ask any question. Remember, it's cheaper by the dozen around here. So we're going to just keep on moving along. But if you see something and you want to ask about it, just spit it out, because we're glad to talk. We like the idea of having somebody to talk to. So. All right, now, let's jump over to the euro. See what the euro is up to. Put it up on J4X. Right there. You can see the selling down the last 3 days. There's some pressure on it. Cable has been leading this rally up, which has been kind of interesting. Let's put it over here. There's the euro. Now we're going to get a new data feed. It's going to be Dukascopy's data feed, so that's going to be really cool. So we can trust it. Boom, 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 boom. Where is it at? Right there. This is the Chicago futures right now. Doing the same thing, going into the sell. Still in the weekly buy, though, right there. Just like we are right here. Right here. Zingity-dingity-ding. And you can see we're feeling a little pressure here. You see the fast stochastic on the weekly pressing down, trying to get through the zero line. We've been in a daily sell for 3 days. And let's see, what else can we say about any of those? I guess that's about it. That's what we're really seeing there. There's the Benny. Yeah, I'm going to be sending a email to joining now. I hope I can do things the proper way this time. You will. It's like anything. The fact that you're back is very positive. In other words, you realize that there's opportunity in this marketplace. So that's part of it. Discipline is the key. Discipline, and then on top of discipline, So the first step is to get comfortable with the idea of discipline. In other words, you're going to follow the rules that you agree to and develop, okay? Or we can all develop them together with you, but you've got to honor them and not drift from them. And the reason why is because when you do all that back testing and studying and preparing to make trades through the technical analysis, and then when you walk away from it, it just puts you in no man's land. You have nowhere to be. You get lost. You end up floating, and you jump from one spot to another spot. And the next thing you know, you're way off, and you're losing money, and you're shaking your head. And then the emotions kick in more instead of, you need to remove emotions. That's the whole idea about trading, is you can be, conversationally, you can be making jokes and so forth, but when it comes to actually pulling the trigger, putting a trade on, taking it off, you got to be disciplined. It's got to be that discipline that you've developed through the back testing. So, it's like there's a bunch of different sayings we used to say around here, and we still do. Like dance with the one you brought, to the dance. That thing. What's the other one? There's another one. I can't think of the other ones. We had a couple of sayings that usually emphasize: do not drift from your research. Do not drift from what you've been practicing. Do not drift at all. You can change your technical analysis, but not in the middle of a trade. It's got to be through research and development and conversation and thought and all that. Then you change it, because that's what's so beautiful about the options, is that many a time people put options spreads on, and they, instead of they trade the hard delta. You buy gold or you buy silver, or you sell it or you short it, and then you get priced out, you get stopped out on an overnight trade, and then what happens, you find 2 days later it's trading where you expected it to trade. Whereas in an option spread, you put it on, you wait it out for days or weeks, and next thing you know, it's usually doing what it's supposed to do. And so discipline. It's so important. Okay, where do we go from here? Let's go to the British pound, which has been the leader of late, which has been kind of curious in its own right. It's been holding up really well. The British pound against the dollar. So let's put that up on J4X right there. And there it is, GBP. And you can see even today it's still trying to be strong, but you can see the fast algorithms at 58, the slows at 67. So we're getting into that neutral zone, not to be long or short at the moment. When we go over to here, we can show you a futures on that too, 6B. Where is it at? 6B, right there. There's 6B. And you can see it's been very close on our beta. Right there. And then we go over to it on the cash right here. And you can see it's just trying to push into the sell on the old platform, but you can see it's doing the same thing right here on the beta platform. Matter of fact, we'll emphasize that like that. And you can see there it's still in the buy by a hair of its chinny chin chin. And then you can see here, and it's still in the weekly buy. It's not interested in pushing out. It's been in the buy since late October. So that's the discipline thing. And then we go over to the old platform that we're still using right there. You can see it's dipped just a tad. It's underneath at the moment, and the weekly's been in a buy, for 5 weeks. It's not really running away. And so that is the magic of it all in the end. Not running away. What was that? Trying to open up a platform that will hold my laptop. There we are. That's what we're doing with that noise in the background. Picked it up at Ollie's Good Things Cheap. Let's see. Now, there we go. There we are. Nice. Okay. Now when Janos texts me, I can see. There we are. We have it all the way up? I think we do. Yeah. Cool. Matter of fact, we could probably put it down there, can't we? Let's put it down there. See how that goes. There we are. Now that's nice. There we go. Now I can see if Janos texts me. Alrighty. So, that is the cable. And the cable has been very fascinating. Now we can take a look at the spread between, since we got plenty of time here still. So let's take a look at Euro GBP. Right there. And right there. Euro GBP. It's been catching that whole ride. It's been in the daily sell since right here. Well, that's been a beautiful fall. It went into the weekly sell like right here. Right around in here it went into the weekly sell. So it was a good ride down from the 87s to the 85s and a halves. Let's see, what else do we got here? Plugging in my power. There we are. Cool. There we are. So the cable, for some reason, is pretty firm, which was kind of curious. It drifts in and out of that stuff. One moment it is, and one moment it isn't. It's interesting how it does that. So I'm cranking up a new machine here, like that. Yep, I'm going like that. Yep, there, that goes like that. There we are. Okay. So, from there, let's see, we go to the Swiss franc. See what the Swiss is up to this morning. And remember, traders, if anybody sees something out there they'd like to see, we do not have to go through this, rhythm. I can stop, we can go take a look at it, and then I can come back to the rhythm. I just try to be consistent. That's that discipline I talk about with Benny. The idea is that you have a discipline, you don't let it go. Now, one of the disciplines around here, what we do is that we will stop following the pattern that we follow, and we will go into looking at another product that someone wants to look at, be it gold or S&Ps or whatever, DAX, you name it. So, or a currency that you're following, that type of thing. You can see right here, here's the Swiss. You can see the fast is at 26.8 and the slow is at 23.4. So it's trying to lift up. It just needs a green hinky there. And you can see you're seeing that same action right here. Look how close it is. It's trying to get across the finish line to get through the zero line and get going. But unfortunately, the weekly's been in that sell now since right up in here in this area. And I guess it went into the weekly sell right there. And what it did is we went into a buy and it went up. And we were waiting for it to be short. And then we got it to sell here. And it dragged and barely gave us any profit at all. Then went back into a buy again. And we covered the short. And then it goes back into a sell. I guess it was right here. And it's been in a sell ever since. So, it's been, the Swiss has been a very trending product, healthy product. Last year it was upside down from the Credit Suisse problem, and then this year they don't have the Credit Suisse problem, which is really nice, and so it makes life a lot easier for the currency pair, and that's it's always nice to have a smoother currency pair. All right, now from there we zip over to the yen. See what the yen is up there. There's the yen. Yen has been acting very nice on the downside, gaining against the dollar in a weekly sell for 2 full weeks now and going on a third week. And let's put it up on J4X. Dollar, yen, dollar, yen, dollar, yen. Right there. Same situation. You see all that red on the hinky Ashkis and the pressure is down. You see the fast is at 23.7 right there. And you can see that the slow is at 24. It's trying to pop up also. And you can see here on the old platform, right there, you see it's still minus. It popped up a little bit today and has dropped back down. It's still 6 days in a daily sell as we speak. And so, the yen, which seems to be the real noise at the moment when it comes to pairs trades. I mean, leading industrial nations pairs trades, that is. So in other words, we're talking about like, yen, pound, the European Union. We're looking at the Swiss. I know that's only 8 or 9 million people of population, but they're a very solid banking nation. The Canadians, we're watching them. We watched the Turkish lira. That we call that the Great Experiment. That thing's a real freak out. I mean, they've really taken that thing and phew, they've done so many things to that. It's amazing. We're just waiting for the next interest rate increase. Let's go take a look at the Turkish lira and see. And there it is right there next to the yen. Whoa, look at that spike up to the 33. Ouch. We're 3 days in a sell. And some poor sucker got nailed with the contract in the spot market in some little small bank somewhere on a quiet little planet in a solar system nearby. And so then you can see here the weekly is trying to get into that sell right in there. You see that? It's still pushing down. And we've been in the buy, the weekly buy, since down in here, down in the 28-ish area. And there's that weekly buy right in there, and it's been, we're thinking that they may raise rates like 6% or something. I don't know. They got to do something to make some holiday money, so they'll probably do something. There'll be some type of wild action, and obviously someone didn't like something there because look at that wild spike up there. Let's take a look at that on J4X. I didn't even get a chance to sip my coffee. I opened up the lid and didn't do it. Let's do this. I want to see what it looks like. Let's see if it has some type of spike on it. I don't see any spike on it. Let's make it the whole screen. No, I don't see it. Now, if we turn off the hinky, see if we can turn off the hinky for a second. Like that. No, I don't want to change it or cancel it. We want to just turn it off for the moment. Oh, I see what we have to do. Go like that. Turn it off right there. There we go. Now this is not reflecting that spike whatsoever. So just don't know. Maybe it just shows you the quality of Dukascopy's data feed. That's the way I look at it. Because I'm not in America here. Obviously, they're not trading that product that much. And when we have weird spikes like that, let's put it this way. The data feed that's coming from is a good data feed. So somebody got suckered somehow. Remember, currencies, not currency futures, but currencies. Excuse me. On the coffee there. Currencies themselves, the spot, is what they refer to as an over-the-counter market. It's not a listed market. So there's nobody really responsible. They can be kind of wild and crazy, so you have to find brokerage houses that'll be more responsible than others. And that's why you're in Dukascopy, because they are. And so they don't show that crazy spike like this particular exchange does. So, that's where we're at. And you can see the integrity of the daily sell is still there, even with the wild spike. But, we think they'll try to do something. They've got to do something to make some end-of-the-year money. They front-run it all the time, every time they do something. So I imagine they'll try to get back down to 28 again, where we started off the weekly buy, right there. And this is what happened there. Let's move this over a little bit. What happened was that they took the interest rates. They were here. They were cruising along at all-time highs, and they raised interest rates were at 12.5%, and they made them to 25%, and that's why it dropped like that for a day or two, and then turned around and started to march back up again, saying, "We challenge you," just like the writer said that the markets are challenging. What do you call it? Mr. Powell. Mr. Powell. And so that's what we're seeing there, is that challenge to Mr. Powell. No matter what he says, no matter what he thinks, the markets are saying, nah. Meh. That's what they're saying. Meh. All right. So from there, we drop ourselves off at the number one brick in the world. And that is the South African Rand. So let's get the Rand up on there. And there it is. You can see it's in a daily sell for trying to get in there today. Yesterday they sold it down, or Friday they sold it down a little bit. Right there, you can see where, ooh, look at that. That's a negative sign. The fact that they are flirting with the weekly buy like that today. We've been wondering when I was going to do it. I mean, they went into the weekly sell up in here in the 1910, 1920 area, and it was a great ride down, and then, you know, caught the bounces and another ride down, which was nowhere near like the first one. This one was okay, and so we can move these lines around. So let's go like this. There is the sell there. There is the buy. Let's grab that buy right there. And so you can see the weekly sell here. So that was the best of the rides, and that was a good ride to tell you not to be short. Then it went south again, and it was okay. It was the next day was a winter chicken dinner, but nothing big. If you're managing your trades and doing the stops and the whole bit, I'll email Robin. By the way, Doc. Oh, that's good. Yeah, we'll get you moving along in the right direction. You know, I mean, that's the whole idea. Hey, you got to figure it. Think about this. We don't talk lightly about that solely because, you know, here we are live, you know, and we have been doing this a long time. And between Robin and I, we have almost 100 years of experience. So, you know, when we say we can basically get you on the right path, you know, and we can do that. We can get you on the right path. You just have to be disciplined enough to stay with it. That's all. And we'll paper trade and do stuff like that and get you so comfortable that you won't even realize that you're trading with real money when you start trading for real money, because you'll be so disciplined from the strategies that you'll just go right into it. And so that's the name of the game there. Let's see, where are we at now? What else am I looking for? Oh yes, we are looking at, now that's the South African Rand. And what's really curious is, as big of a spike as we saw in gold, we're not, you know, we've seen this negative. Look at this. This is a negative to the gold. You know, this movement from the lows here and up is not a positive, and then going down and then again. So we're really seeing some disconnected action from the gold and the silver and the currencies and the interest rates and, you know, the time of the year. This is a big time of the year where metals are usually lifted up because people want to buy jewelry and so forth. So we are going through some very, very, say, less, what's the best word for it? Less consistency. You know, it's not as the trends are being shortened because they're nervous. They're getting in and getting out quick. And when they do that, you let them do it. That's all. You just don't try to be a hero. You don't try to, you know, I'm talking not just to Benny, I'm talking to everybody. You know, don't get tangled. Action like that means trade the intraday more, to marry it with option binaries, you know, things like that. Okay. So from there, we go look at gold. Let's take a look at gold again. We looked at it at the very beginning today. And let's take a look at it again. And that's the mountaintop dollar index top right there. Joining in with our sell, that type of thing, and our weekly. And then now we're flirting with a mountaintop. Contacted us about 5, 6, 7 days ago, something like that, right? Or a couple days ago, actually. Right, and yeah, right here. So 3, 6, 7 days ago, and said, hey, this is, you know, a bottom. Excuse me. And you can see it. It bottomed. You see it right there, that curve. This William O'Neill cup and handle right there. There's the handle. There's the cup. So we're seeing that action there when it comes to the dollar index. Now let's go over to gold. Gold right there. You see that big old spike, jacked it up. You know, it's been in a daily buy. It's not letting go. You know, and we're not exactly flirting with a sell as we speak. We've been in that weekly buy since back in Chia. Is that it right there? I think that's it right there. Yes. Let me just double check with my cheater glasses. No. No. Not there. It was right here that it went into the buy. So let's put that in there. And that's where it went into the weekly buy. Right there and there and there. And so it's been an interesting move. I know that when we were following the front month, remember this is the new front month, the February. When we were following the December contract, it went into a weekly buy a week back further. And then again, I think we showed you up on our beta. Let's go back to the beta. 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 Where are you, beta? There it is right there. And we'll show it to you there at the same time. And let's turn the hinky ASCII back on like so. Right there. And so let's put in South African Rand like so. There we are. You see a little choppiness in there too. Same old stuff. But the trend, notice it's been trying to climb back up. And it's made an all-time high, which is really impressive since, you know, the currency itself is saying to us that it's not going anywhere. And so here's a breakaway. Stanley! Hey, 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 how are you this morning? It's the AM here in the States. For Robin, it's 7:23 a.m. For me, it is 8:24 Eastern Coast a.m. Robin's in Chicago. I'm in southern New Jersey. And so there it is. So good morning to you, Stanley. And so you can see right there the, what else we got going on? You can see right there the gold acting extremely well in that buy from right here on the 1950 area, and it's going to 2150. $200 move in 2.5 weeks. It's still in the weekly buy, so you could take longs, and it stayed long, that's for sure. All right. What do we got next? Let's take a look at this. Oh, I wanted to save that too. Oh, you can't see that. I'm sorry. I still have it on the beta. There it is right there. So let's go and take a look at silver and see what Mr. and Mrs. Silver, it's probably over the 20, what do you call it, the 27, something like that? 26, I'm sorry, 26. It's probably like 26 and a quarter. There's silver. It jumped over 26. It got up to 26, almost 50. Is it 50? No, 34. And backed off doing that same thing, daily buy thing right there. Now we've moved from the December contract in silver. We're in the March contract there. And so you can see we've been in that weekly buy. Wrong color. Right there, like that. There it is. Just make sure there's not like somebody underneath it. No, okay, good. So we've been in a buy since the 22 area on the March contract. And every time we jump into a daily buy, it's been kind of interesting. Now there is one. It was a loser. And then that made it all back. There's the buy right there. And then the buy here was a winner chicken dinner. But it went on for a while. Look at that. Didn't let go. And then we finally went into the sell somewhere around in here, right there. But we're in a weekly buy, so you just kind of sit back and watch it. Now this is, again, losing trade. So, all right, we're out of here. We need to have a title today. What's the title? Should the title be? Benny is back. How about that? Benny is back. I like that. That's a good title. We'll have to come up with a good title this morning. Maybe we'll honor Benny by talking about GBP, AUD, and gold. How's that? That'll be the title today. I like that idea. GBP and AUD. That will be the title today. So, traders, we will see you all tomorrow, same time, same channel. So this is Doc from North America saying, happy trails to you until we meet again. Happy trails to you, to all our trading friends. Later, later, traders. Catch you on the flip side. Have a safe and smart trading day. Nope, not there. I'm going to go there. There we are. Monsieur Robin. Benny is back.